Hey everyone, we're back with the last part 5 of the diving deeper into the ancestors of the Tazama African Oracle. Let me put this aside. Yeah, we did every part of the majors, and we already did the wands and the cups. And the last one was the swords, so these are already done. Today we're gonna be diving into the pentacles, and as before, we have the Ace of Pentacles, and I want to skip to the end. Yes, I want to skip to the end because they give us something about the coin. Sorry, my cat. So even though we don't have an ancestor here, they do give us some extra about the coin. The hand is here in front of it, but it's here 1371. So the Pentacles coin. The Pentacles coin that is used is the Moroccan franc, actual currency coins used in the 1950s in Morocco, Northern Africa. The coin bears a particular pentagram, also known as the Solomon seal, a seal that is attributed to the Israelite king Solomon. The seal is said to have given Solomon the power to command the supernatural and the ability to speak with animals. It became an amulet or talisman and a symbol of occult magic and alchemy. Yes. I work with the Solomonic seals. It's just the pentacle is giving it a little bit too much, because there were certain other ones, you know, the seals. It was not just the one. But yeah, I did like that. That use of, you know, in this case the pentacle coin, you know, because the pentacles are already a suit, you know, so the coins is sometimes called the pentacles, and in this case, well, we're combining, right? So that was kind of fun. So that was the ace. Again, these pentacles will come back, but I thought for the ace, let's go and start there. So yeah, that is the ace. Then we go to the Two of Pentacles, and you can see where that came from. Who takes the cake? This gorgeous man dancing with a top hat and a cane is from the new circus called the Cakewalk, which they used to also call the Negro dance. La cakewalk danse au nouveau circuit, la négresse, in French. Okay, I think I butchered that French, but still. The original picture dates back to the year 1903. The cakewalk seems to have begun in the days of slavery, when black folks strutted along in a fanciful manner in imitation of formal white dancing. The cakewalk, or cakewalk separately, then developed to this form of prize walks, dance contest with a cake awarded as the prize. They were held in the mid-19th century, generally at get-togethers on black slave plantations before and after emancipation in the southern United States. Alternative names for the original form of the dance were chalk-line walk and the walk-around. At the conclusion of the performance of the original form of the dance in an exhibit at the 1876 Centennial Exposition in Philadelphia, an enormous cake was awarded to the winning couple. Okay. They continue, so let's see. Yes. But the cakewalk was more than a recreation. It was more than a recreational dance. It also gave a chance for black folk to ridicule those who tyrannized them. The dancers would dress up in their finest clothes and parodied the mannerisms and dancing of the white Southern elite. White people did not notice the mockery, but in fact loved the show so much, I'm sorry, that it became a regular routine in minstrel shows, a type of variety show where white people performed in blackface. During these performances, the cakewalk became a grotesque event where the costumes became outrageously colorful and gaudy. The blackface performance presented the dance as a ridiculous and unsuccessful attempt to mock their culture. Oh my God, really? Oh yeah, the white folks didn't get it. Oh my gosh, I love that. Okay. You were taking the piss with them, yeah, and they loved it. Okay. That is fun. I think that's the funniest story we read so far. Okay, the Three of Pentacles. You see all of them coming back. Also the child. Three ladies from the Fulani peoples in Senegal, photographed by Edmond Fortier at the beginning of the 20th century. The woman and child remain anonymous, or the women and child remain anonymous. The Fulbe people are also known as Fula, or Fulbe. It's only spelled different, I think. Fulani, Peul, and Peul. They are one of the largest ethnic groups in the Sahel and West Africa. The Fulani were originally nomadic pastoral people, depending on their livestock, living scattered from Senegal to the Cameroon grasslands. They are known for their beautiful decorated bowls, woven blankets, embroidered textiles, creative hairstyles, and personal adornments. Fulani art usually has geometrical shapes and motifs, and the use of colors black, yellow, and white, similar to the garments that the ladies are wearing in the picture. Okay. Nice to put a color to a black and white picture in that sense, right? Yeah, okay. That's beautiful. Okay, let's continue. I'm sorry, I'm still with my mind by the Two of Pentacles. That was just too funny. Yeah. Okay, the Four of Pentacles. Again, you see him coming back. The picture is mirrored. Yeah. An illustration of a Zouafé Senegalese created between 1800 and 1899. The Zouafi were a class of light infantry regiments of the French army serving between 1830 and 1962 in what was the French North Africa. Along with the tirailleurs, the Zouaves were among the most decorated units of the French army. They have fought mainly in North Africa, but were also present during fights in World War I on the side battling for France. Also during the Second World War, 300,000 Arabs and Africans fought for France, and tens of thousands were killed. The way the Zouafi were used in the Zouafi was used in the Four of Pentacles card, holding on to his coins and his head and standing on them with his feet, holding on to his riches while being outside of the boundaries of his town. his coins being the only thing to hold on to, but also being content with all he has. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. I like that in some they also place it back to the cards, and then with some they don't. I do miss that, because when I see that they place it back to the cards, I like that. And then when it's not, it's missed, at least for me. So yeah, here too, they're now separated. You can see her being turned around. He's a little bit off. Yeah. So this is the Five of Pentacles. Like the Hanged Man. Oh yes, the Hanged Man. See, I kind of forgot. Okay, let me get him. Yes, that is correct. Well, yeah, okay, I'm putting it upside down. This was the Hanged Man. Yes, he is like there, but again, he is being flipped in the original form. Yeah. Okay. And his legs are a little bit weird here, right? That's not how they were. Not here and also not there. It's a little bit weird, yeah. Okay. Well, let's read. So, like the Hanged Man, the original image is an illustration from 1835 of enslaved plantation workers somewhere in Brazil. The image is titled Slave Couple and designed by Johann Moritz Rugendas, who was a German painter who painted landscapes and ethnographic subjects in several countries in the Americas. From 1822 to 1825, as part of the Langdorf expedition, Rugendas depicted black people living in Brazil. The artist was part of a movement called Tropical Romanticism. This movement challenged the dichotomy between nature and civilization and considered places such as colonial Brazil to be a harmonious environment of racial mixing. As the Five of Pentacles pertains to the hardship that creates stress and anxiety, feeling less than secure and barely getting by, the illustration meaning matches the meaning of the card Five of Pentacles. Because yeah, I remember what they talked about, that yeah, in Brazil, even nowadays, that mixing is not as smooth or harmonious as they wanted us to think. Okay, so let me put this one away. So yeah, that are I think two or three cards that came back in a certain way. Okay, nice. But not in an annoying way, right? I think without the booklet, we would not have really seen that, right? Maybe over time, really a long time, when they maybe come together. But yeah, if that didn't happen, I wouldn't have noticed. Okay, we see that, we see him, and then he is shadowed or mirrored, you know, so we have him twice. So for the Six of Pentacles, an illustration dated around 1853 of a man and woman from the Toucouleur people in Senegal. The Toucouleur are a West African ethnic group native to the Fouta Touro region of Senegal. There are smaller communities in Mali and Mauritania. They speak the Pulaar language and are distinct from, but related to, the Fula, Wolof, and Serer people. On the left, in the Marabout, a Muslim religious teacher and scholar of the Quran. He is writing down a grigri on paper for the lady to the right. A grigri is a written blessing that the Marabout can perform to protect a ward of evil. The grigri is a written amulet to protect the receiver from harm. To charm to the opposite sex, or to create desired events to take place. The grigri can also come with instructions for the receiver to follow. Yeah, we call them grigri bags, right? Like a mojo bag. I didn't know that they would do that in an Islamic kind of way. That's something for me personally to really look into. But interesting. Very, very interesting. We learn something new every day. Yeah, this is why I wanted to split it up. But even then, you're going to need to take your time with everyone, right? Okay, I think, is that the same? Yeah. I'm starting to recognize his paintings. The Ludwig Deutsch painter. Okay, so the Seven of Pentacles. A Sudanese palace guard carrying a dagger called an Ottoman yatagan and a flintlock pistol around his waist from a painting by Orientalist Ludwig Deutsch. Now we're starting to get to know him a little bit here. Huh? Yes. Oh, sorry. There was something there. So yes, again, I'm definitely getting the hang of his style. Yeah, less pages, harder to get. Yes, Eight of Pentacles. We see him here. That's the same man portrayed. So the Eight of Pentacles, from a painting by English painter Frederick Goodall, The Song of a Nubian Slave, 1863. The painter visited Egypt twice and was often found in the streets of Egypt, sketching his surroundings. In the original painting, we see a Nubian musician playing the tambura or kissar, a bowl lyre of East Africa. I hear it's like oh, what's the English word? It's like a shape of a triangle. It will probably have some, yeah, like here. Yeah, okay. I think you will get what I mean. Okay. A traditional instrument in Egypt. He is working hard to get the passerby's attention, hoping to earn a little coin from his hard work. In our card, the lyre has been replaced by the hammer, working hard to create his coin. In the Nubian village of Adindam, Egypt's Nubians, in the Nubian village of Adindam, Egypt's Nubians have lived together for decades. Their original homelands are the banks of their beloved river Nile, where they have cultivated the land 3,000 years ago. Okay. I like that. Let's see. Let's continue with the Nine of Pentacles. We see her, this lady in the front. Okay, she has a bird here. Okay, so the Nine of Pentacles. Our Lady Nine of Pentacles is a scarf merchant. The original illustration was made in 1895 in the kingdom of Dahomey, 1600 until 1900. Located in a coastal area in the country nowadays known as Benin. The people of the Dahomey kingdom were also called Daksome and belonged to the ethnic and language group Fon. The connection to make between this scarf merchant and the Nine of Pentacles is that this lady worked hard to attain her material wealth and financial stability. This is a boss lady who can now sit back and enjoy the fruits of her labor. She is also at peace with her surroundings and environments, enjoying nature and appreciating the big little things in life. Sadly, we do not know the scarf merchant's name, but we do know a few things about the Dahomey kingdom where she came from. The Dahomey kingdom was famous for being unique and distinct from the artistic traditions elsewhere in Africa. The arts were substantially supported by the king and his family. They had non-religious traditions, and they were assembled from multiple different materials and borrowed widely from other people in the region. Common art forms included wood and ivory carving, metalwork, including silver, iron, and brass, appliqué cloth, and clay bas reliefs. Much of the artwork revolved around royalty. Okay, that's interesting. So they definitely had a rich history. I do know some, not all, I do know some about the Dahomey. And I know I say that wrong. Okay, a little bit more. They're all female military until called the Mind of Minion. Minion? These recruits were selected amongst the king's many wives. The Ahosi European observers called them the Dahomey Amazons. The Dora Milaje from Black Panthers were inspired by them. Yeah, they said that. Their religious practices were Voodoo, a religion that many enslaved people brought with them to the Americas. But yeah, there's still a difference between Vodun and Voodoo, you know. Look at the spelling. But yes, that's interesting again. Okay, let's go to the 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, we see both of them coming back. An African-American couple from which the original image was made in 1980s by Devini Studio down south in Moberly, Missouri. The man was wearing a black sack suit, a bow tie, and holding his hat. His wife was wearing a button jacket with mutton sleeves and a small hat. From the look of their dresses, they must have been a wealthy couple to be able to afford a portrait taken in the studio. Moberly was founded in 1866 and named after the first president of the Chariton and Randolph County Railroads. From the 1860s, the railroad economy started growing rapidly, and people flocked from all over to work in the industry. Chances are that these ancestors found their fortune in the railway business as well. Okay. It's kind of, it's weird and fun at the same time to actually look at a family portrait taken in 1890, right? Will their ancestry still be around? Did they have children? Where are these children? Again, it almost feels like snooping. And then there's also, of course, something very interesting, you know. But yes, nice. Because it has a different feeling than an archive kind of picture, right? In that sense. But yes, still nice. Okay, let's go to the page. We have here the Page of Pentacles. I'm looking. I don't know. I cannot see where he is from because I don't see that kind of. Okay, well, let's read. Shua woman serves as our Page of Pentacles. The Shua originated from the Arabian Peninsula and Sudan to Nigeria. They have intermarried, so they are of mixed Arab and African ancestry. The Shua are also called Bahara. The word Bahar means cow, refers to the Arab tribes in West Africa who were cattle herders. The Shua are mostly Sunni Muslims and observe the 5 pillars of Islam. The declaration of faith, 5 daily prayers, almsgiving, fasting, and at least once in a lifetime pilgrimage to Mecca. And almsgiving, it's like the charity. Yes. So yeah, I don't see her, per se, this woman here. Maybe I'm not looking right, but Shua woman. Okay. The next one will be the King of Pentacles. Yeah, beautiful. The Spahi were a traditional cavalry of Algeria, inspired by the Ottoman Empire cavalry. Cavalry, okay. A prestigious corps, it was then, after the conquest of Algeria by France, integrated into the Armée d'Afrique, which depended on the French army. The model of the Spahi Cavalry Corps then inspired other corps in metropolitan France, and in other countries that were formerly French, protectorates of possessions. Okay, so like in Tunisia, Morocco, Senegal, etc. Our Knight of Pentacles was a Spahi horseman of the Dahomey people. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Let's do the Queen of Pentacles. She is this lady here. Huh? Again, I wish they didn't cut off the beautiful hair because it's a part of her, right? Why would you cut that off? Like, I didn't know when I didn't have this, but now I feel like, yeah, why did you cut that off? She already has a crown, a natural crown, right? Okay, sorry. So, Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles has the same origin as the Queen of Swords. Okay, well, let's check. The swords were, oh, the last thing we did. So, let's see. Okay, but she's not there, right? No. This one was the Queen of Swords. But yeah, maybe at the dress you can see it a little bit. Okay, well, let's read further. She is a Fante woman from the Cape Coast of Ghana between Accra and Sekondi Takoradi. These women are originated in a matrilineal society. Matrilineal descent determines membership in clans and their localized segments. Every lineage has a ceremonial stool in which resides important ancestral spirits whose worship is a prominent feature of Fante religion. Patrilineal descent governs the inheritance of spiritual attributes and also determines membership in the AFASO, a military organization. Yes, I remember we read about that. Yeah, interesting. Okay. Okay, well, let's put this one away again. We already saw that one. And then we go to the last one, which is the King of Pentacles. The original picture of our Pentacles King was taken in 1910. A Yoruba ancestor from Lagos, Nigeria, in traditional hand-woven attire called asooke. In English, it means top cloth, as it is the most prestigious hand-woven cloth of the Yoruba. As the Yoruba king, he brings in the spirit of his Isese and channels the Orishas. The spirit of Olokun is particular as it gives big boss energy and also promises of accumulated wealth. Okay, I like that. Okay, so now we actually went really through the whole deck. Okay, I have thoughts, and I would like you all to tell me, you know, how you feel about it. Because when I had this deck without the ancestor knowledge. I really wanted the ancestor knowledge. And don't get me wrong, I'm happy I have it, but it feels like, of course, it's about what was available, right? But I feel like there's a lot of, well, the northern part of Africa, which is very colonized by the Arabic influences, of course. And I know that nowadays that definitely has a part in Africa. However, I don't think we saw much of South Africa, or I think there was one mention of Cameroon. I think there was like one mention of Tanzania. Ethiopia, maybe one mention. And of course, we have 78 cards, right? I mean, and again, we also talk about probably what was available. It just feels like, it now feels a little bit, well, less African than it was before. I don't know if I say that right. But yes, in all honesty, a lot of stories are very interesting, and I definitely want to dive deeper. But I would love to hear your opinion, you know. If you have this deck and you work with it before you really read the ancestor stories, do you now look differently at the deck? How do you look differently at the deck? Positive, negative, both, you know? Yes, I would really love to hear that. I again, like I said, I think positive and a little bit, maybe a tiny bit negative than before, but again, not in a bad way, because I'm still loving this deck, yeah, and that will not change. I just feel that it has this tilt to an Islamic side right now. I don't know. But again, I too want to dive even deeper than we did now, and I will do that for sure. But again, I wanted to do this together, you know, to maybe also give you that stepping stool of, okay, let's dive, right? Let's search, let's look deeper. And I think that was a great beginning, right? Okay, for now, I hope you all enjoyed the deep dive into the ancestors of the Tazama African Tarot. I probably will do a walkthrough after this series is watched. And maybe I will film it in time or not, I will see, where we just look at the cards for what they are visually, you know. Anyway, I had a lot of fun diving deep. I hope you liked it too. Please stay tuned for new videos. More will come out, of course. For now, I want to thank you very much for sticking with me for 5 videos, if you did. I want to wish you a very, very blessed day, and I hope to see you soon again. Okay, thank you very much. Bye-bye.